Oh my God, UFC 281 going down. Dustin Poirier and Michael Chandler has just finished, and what an absolutely sensational back and forth fight that was. Listen, coming into this one, both of these guys were looking for a title fight, but they were looking for a win, more importantly, at Madison Square Garden. They had a little bit of beef coming into this one because you know what? They both know they are incredible fighters and they know what's at stake. A potential fight with Islam Makhachev down the line. Michael Chandler came out in round one like an absolute man possessed, throwing body kicks one after the other, swinging like an absolute maniac, emptying the tank, going for gold, going for the finish, trying to knock Dustin Poirier out of there in one round. And I gotta say, he almost did it. Dustin Poirier, man, take a bow. I mean, he is as tough and as durable as they come. Michael Chandler, I mean, you just take one look at the man. You can see the kind of power he possesses. He's a very, very strong man. And he was swinging like an absolute maniac, swinging with everything that he had, and he was connecting quite a lot. Dustin covered up against the fence. He rolled a little bit. He took his time. He didn't panic. He stayed nice and focused. In fact, he even said, though, in the post-fight interview, he said, if he'd came with straight shots as opposed to hooks, he would have taken me out of there. The relevance being this defense will cover up hooks, but it won't cover up straight shots because the face, the nose, the eyes, the chin, the jaw is still available. But still, he didn't do that. Dustin then at the end of the round turned it around. I thought he was going to take Michael Chandler out of there. I mean, come on. What an end to that round, because Chandler probably, I think it was something like the first 4 minutes, he dominated it. But then the final minute, Poirier almost took him out of there. I mean, he was like a dog with a bone trying to get that finish, landed a huge elbow right at the end of the round before the referee stepped in. And my God, Chandler's face it looked like he'd been through a meat grinder. Blood pouring absolutely everywhere. The crowd, the noise, everyone on their feet in Madison Square Garden. I just wish I was there. I'm here sitting here in my house watching it with my wife. I was on my feet. I was screaming. I was shouting. Rebecca was as well. I mean, I can only imagine the atmosphere in Madison Square Garden. Right, round two starts. Chandler comes out there and uses his wrestling. Very, very smart. And what I liked that he did was very smart. He got in on the legs, he picked him up, and he turned him away from the fence. So behind Poirier, all there was the open cage. Now, getting up without the fence there is much, much harder. Chandler knew that. That's why he did it, and it was very smart. And then throughout the majority of that round, huge round for Michael Chandler. A lot of control time, a lot of ground and pound, trying to get the rear naked choke. Came close a couple of times. Poirier even said that he was kind of fish hooking his mouth to pull up the chin. You pull up the chin, it exposes the neck. We didn't see that. Rogan didn't see it. The referee didn't see it. I didn't see it. I mean, I've only got one eye, but still, who cares? Very dominant round, though, and potentially a 10-8 round for Chandler going into round three. So at the end of round two. But going into round three, all hell broke loose. Once again, you know, both guys swinging like crazy. Chandler gets on top, gets inside, picks him up, hoists him up super high in the air, goes for a big slam, uses a lot of energy in doing so, mind you. It's hard to pick up a man that high, use a lot of power, a lot of strength, certainly in the round three. You know, you can't breathe, your nose is bust, there's blood flying everywhere, and then you exert yourself like that, slams him down, and in the scramble, Poirier ends up on top. I mean, that was skilled, that was balanced, that was scrambling. A little bit of luck in there as well, you know, but still, he ends up on top. Chandler's trying to get back to his feet, and like an absolute ninja, like a cat, pounces on him, wraps the legs around the body, locks in the body triangle, and takes control. And then from there, once you've got that body triangle locked in, you ain't going nowhere. The beauty of the body triangle is that, you know, round three, hot arena, fighting like crazy, blood all over the place, lots of sweat. It's very, very slippy. With just the regular hooks, there's a possibility for Chandler to slip out, to get on top, to gain an advantageous position. But with the body triangle, as Dominic Cruz expertly says, it's like a zip tie around your lungs. It stops you from breathing and it secures your position. And then from there, locks it in, gets the rear naked choke, and that was it. That's all she wrote. Dustin Poirier, take a bow. coming into this one, we knew this was the people's main event. Chandler delivers that kind of performance every single time. He has been nothing but excitement personified since he signed with the UFC, and Dustin Poirier is exactly the same. Him, Gagey, Chandler, they all fight the same way. They go out there and they just have it. They have a brawl. They have a war. They give the people what they want to see, and tonight the winner was one man, Dustin Poirier. Now, Rogan never asked him what he wants next. I was hoping for that. I was waiting to find out what Poirier was going to say. Listen, he's the man. He's the winner tonight. He's probably going to get fight of the night so far. Of course, we haven't seen the main event yet. But, I mean, that performance was absolutely sensational. That opens the door for a fight with Islam Makhachev. If Makhachev beats Alexander Volkanovski, that was just announced. That has been made official for Perth, Australia. In February, I'll be down there commentating. Very, very excited. But if Islam wins, he needs a contender. If Islam wins, he hasn't fought Poirier. And Poirier, coming off the back of that, coming off the back of all the amazing performances that he had, the devastating wins over Conor McGregor, and the run that he went on before he lost to Khabib Nurmagomedov, there's a very, very good chance that Dustin Poirier will be fighting for the lightweight title if, of course, Islam Makhachev is the winner. Now, where does Michael Chandler go from here? You know, listen, Michael Chandler, 36 years old, sadly now, you know, he's lost quite a few fights. He beat Hooker, then he lost 2 in a row to Gagey and to Charles Oliveira first. Then who did he fight? Who did he fight last time out? I don't know. Who did he beat? He beat someone last time out. But anyway, now we just lost to Poirier. So he's struggling to get a win streak going. The thing is, I think we saw from Chandler tonight, he's clearly one of the best. He is absolutely phenomenal, you know, and I hope he doesn't change the way that he fights. I mean, every time he goes out there, he is in a bloody war. His face is always a mess. He is covered in blood. That's why I'm just going to call it right now. Michael Chandler's probably going to end up in the Hall of Fame one day, simply because of the performances that he had. That fight with Justin Gagey this time last year, Madison Square Garden, just the same, but 3 rounds of back and forth, absolute mayhem. I mean, this man is going to be one of your favorite fighters. I know he's one of mine. Dustin Poirier is one of mine. And what a fight. Madison Square Garden going down. The co-main event starting in a minute. Zhang Weili taking on Carla Esparza. Will Carla get the job done? Will she remain supreme? Will she be the champ? Or will Zhang Weili become a 2-weight division champion? And then, of course, we've got the main event. What a night so far. A lot of first-round finishes. I mean, Claudio Puelles, one-dimensional, never mind one round, one-dimensional, trying to get the leg lock. I thought Dan Hooker was sensational, defended perfectly. Frankie Edgar, got to give a shout out to Frankie. This man is an absolute all-time legend. Yes, Chris Gutierrez looks sensational tonight, and he's a great fighter on a long fight, on a long win streak. He really is. But Frankie, everyone loves Frankie. He's kind of like the people's champion. He's been around for so long, fought a who's who. But sadly, tonight, it was the last fight, and he didn't get it done how he would like. He was there with his family. It's upsetting to see. But tonight belonged to Chris Gutierrez. And as Daniel Cormier mentioned several times, this is the way it goes in combat sports, whether it's boxing, kickboxing, jiu-jitsu. You stick around too long, that's what happens. Frankie Edgar, you're a legend. 100% you will be in the Hall of Fame. I have so much respect for this man. The entertainment that he's given us throughout the years is sensational. Adesanya versus Pereira coming up shortly, but still, tonight, Dustin Poirier, congratulations. What a fight. What a show of grit, will, determination, and just fucking toughness. Well done. Take a bow. What a victory. What a fight. Okay, I'm out of it. Subscribe, ring the bell. The fights are going on. I'm going to get back for the co-main event. We've got more videos coming up. Make sure you watch them. Subscribe, ring the bell. Take it easy.